Hey guys, welcome back to Paulies Sleepers. This is week 3 in the NFL. We do daily fantasy football advice for DraftKings because we hate kickers and we like the points per reception. Hey, shout out to Jackson Mears for getting me on RotoDen last week. 1,200 views. My video was right on the top if you went to rotoden.com, and we'll be on there this week too. Shout out to Justin Kelly, Juice in the Morning podcast here in Indy. He's going to get me on here later in the season, so we're looking forward to that too. Guys, the promo code this week will match your money on DraftKings and also give you a $3 free entry into a big money tournament. So get on there and have some fun. Let's do this, all right? I jinxed Antonio Brown last week because I wore his jersey. And I caught a lot of flack for it because I'm here in Indy and I'm a Colts fan. I was trying to make a point that you pay up for Antonio Brown and then he didn't do well. Still a great player, but I jinxed him. So this week I figured I'd wear my Trent Richardson jersey because I can't possibly jinx him anymore. I already jinxed him when I bought his jersey when he was traded to the Colts, and then he never gave me cause to wear it again. Notice how pristine it is. So let's get right to it, guys. We're going to do the full slate Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. We play the Thursday slate to get that Monday big game and then don't play any Thursday players. Hopefully you listened to me last week because there was one touchdown scored in that game on a run by Deshaun Watson. So don't play him again this week. You're going to want to click that button for Carlos Hyde or Todd Gurley. I mean, I'm not mad at you if you do. Those are the two players you would want to play if you had to get somebody in there and you want to have some fun watching the game on Thursday night and have some guys in there. Otherwise, I say stay away. Steelers-Bears, I'm going to pretty much stay away from this game too. Tariq Cohen, 8 catches again last week. I just don't like his matchup this week. I don't like Ben on the road. I said don't play Bell last week, and I'm going to recommend not playing him again this week. So maybe that's a reverse jinx. If you like Bell, what do I say? Play the defense and the running back. So if you like Bell, play that Steelers D. Okay, so we're going to go to the Broncos-Bills. The Broncos D is really good. If you want a little contrarian play them with Jamal Charles because he's going to get work more and more, especially if C.J. Anderson gets banged up, which he does do sometimes, and Jamal Charles is averaging 4.2 yards per carry right now. McCoy is not right. The Bills' defense is good, though, so I'm going to stay away from the Broncos this week, even though Trevor Siemian is on fire. Saints-Panthers, I don't like Breeze on the road, has a horrible home-road split. If you're going to play any Saints, I do like Alvin Kamara. I said that last week. He's starting to get some notice. People are starting to talk about this guy. I think he's the guy to own in that backfield. And Brandon Coleman with Willie Snead still out did good last week. I like the Panthers to get right on offense this week. I mean, they're 2-0, but their offense has been struggling. Saints defense is just a sieve. They're horrible. So I like Cam Newton to get back this week. Stack him with Devin Funchess because he's going to, I think, make up for that middle of the field that's going to be empty now with Greg Olsen hurt. And stack him with Kelvin Benjamin if he plays. I mean, he's questionable right now. Christian McCaffrey would be a favorable game script for him. I still think his price tag is too high. Let's wait till he gets cheaper. Jonathan Stewart, I don't think this is the game script for him, but you can play him at home if you think the Panthers are going to do really good. Pair the Panthers D with Jonathan Stewart. Ravens-Jags, the Ravens D is good. Wow, I said start them last week. They were a monster. I like them again this week on the road against the Jags. Pair the Ravens D with Buck Allen. He's the emerging running back. He's the one to have in that offense right now. The Jags, I don't like any of them. If you got to play one of them, Marquise Lee is a nice sneaky play. But the Ravens pass catchers, I don't like them this week. Bouye and Colvin are good corners. I did say start Jeremy Maclin last week, and he went off. So hopefully you guys listened to me there, but don't play him this week. Bucks-Vikes, the Bucks defense is really good. I like them if Sam Bradford is out again this week. Pair the Bucks D with Jaquiz Rodgers. He's still the guy there while Doug Martin is serving his suspension. He's cheap enough too, and he's going to get the bulk of the work. Xavier Rhodes is the real deal. Shut down Antonio Brown last week. Shut down Brandon Cooks the first week, so don't like Mike Evans this week. The Bradford, if he plays, I like all those guys, Diggs, Thielen. Hopefully you pulled all those guys last week when it was determined that Bradford was out. Guys, you got to pay attention to these injury designations before the game. games. Browns Colts. Oh, my lowly Colts. They did look better last week, but it's because the Cardinals are horrible too. If you want to stack Kaiser with Higgins, I like that stack. The Colts have allowed a top 10 wide receiver 2 weeks in a row now, Cooper Kupp and J.J. Nelson. So Higgins came in for Brandon Coleman, who got hurt last week, broke his hand again. That's weird. He's broke his hand 2 years in a row. Browns D's and Colts D's, those guys might be a good play. Only Jack Doyle on the Colts. I said stay away from him last week. He's really the only bright, shining spot, and the Colts wide receivers are just acting like complete divas right now. I'm so disappointed in them. Dolphins Jets. Ajayi is a little hurt this week. I think he's just resting up that knee that has no cartilage in it. So pay attention. I mean, he's not going to play the whole year. If you have him in your fantasy football leagues, it really hurt him having his week 1 bye with Katrina hurricane. It wasn't Katrina. That was in New Orleans a few years ago. But I like the Cutler to Parker stack. Jarvis Landry is hurt this week, so keep an eye on that. I like Julius Thomas at some point. Cutler's going to see that big 6'7" body in the middle of the field, but I don't think it's yet. At the Jets, I guess it's Jermaine Kearse. If you got to have one, he might just be the new hotness. But, he was, flashy good with Seattle. The Jets are going to continue to have to pass the ball. They got to throw it to somebody. Austin Rastafarian Jenkins is going to be coming back from suspension this week. People are going to be playing him. I want to wait and see what he does. Texans Pats. A lot of people playing the Pats D. I don't like paying up for them unless you want to stack them with both their running backs. I like James White and Gillislee this week. Brady's got to throw it to somebody, and Hogan's hurt, Gronk's hurt, Dorsett, who caught a touchdown last week. He's hurt. Dorsett, they got him in a trade for Brissett, who's now the Colts quarterback, and he scored a touchdown and then got hurt. So figures, Brady can't catch a break, but he'll still throw it to somebody. I think it's James White this week, and I think Gillislee gets a lot of work too. Texans, just stay away. Keep an eye out for Deonta Foreman, to take over for the job from Lamar Miller. Falcons Lions. Okay, let's get into some big plays here. I like this game this week. I like the Ryan to Julio stack. Get Sanu in some of your lineups too. Love Coleman for the price. Love Freeman for the price. Love Stafford and Theo Riddick tonight this week, pairing him with Golden Tate. I do not like Marvin Jones this week. Desmond Trufant is a shutdown corner. But Theo Riddick is going to be the pass-catching running back. Atlanta is horrible to pass-catching running backs. So I like those plays this week. Eric Ebron, as soon as I say something about him, he'll get excited and jump up and then get hurt. So don't play him. Giants, Eagles. Eli is bad. Eagles D at home is going to be the play here. Pair them with Darren Sproles. He's getting most of the work there. I love me some Evan Ingram, the rookie tight end there who caught a touchdown last week, got a lot of looks, but he's in concussion protocol. Man, there's a lot of injuries this week. Brandon Marshall, they need to put him on a milk carton. I mean, Eli just has no idea that Brandon plays football, or maybe Brandon Marshall just forgot, one of the two. But like I said, play the Eagles D at home. I said the Wentz-Ertz stack last week, the Wirtz stack. I mentioned that. And go ahead and play that again this week. I love it. Carson Wentz is cheap and producing fantasy numbers. Seahawks, Titans. Something's wrong with the Seahawks right now. Chris Carson, though, is emerging as the number one back. Told you to keep an eye on him. Told you to play him last week. He got 95 yards rushing. I like him again this week if you're going to play any of the Seahawks. Like I said, Paul Richardson is giving away to Tyler Lockett. DeMarco Murray is hurt, so Derrick Henry. If Murray sits, play Derrick Henry. And Eric Decker is missing in action, so Corey Davis is hurt too. I don't know what to do with the Titans right now. Mariota is still going to be viable because of his feet, but I don't like him against the Seahawks. So Jimmy Graham is out. Oh, man, another hit for Russell Wilson. So stay away from those guys too. Chiefs, Chargers, big game. Get these guys in there. Do the Rivers Allen stack like I told you last week. Rivers Tyrone Williams stack too. I'm not a big Melvin Gordon truther. He's going to get the bulk of the work, so I'm not mad at you. Kareem Hunt was $6,800 in a value. Now he's $8,000. Still pay for him, okay? He's worth it. Travis Kelce is hurt. I like Tyreek Hill this week too. He was off last week, but I like him. I don't really like Alex Smith this week. But if you want to put Hill in there, or even I still like that Conley guy too. Remember I mentioned Chris Conley for the Chiefs last week. Bengals, Pack. Bengals are so bad. But AJ Green might be a good contrarian play this week. I mean, he's going to get work, and some people are saying he might have had something to do with the offensive coordinator getting fired this week. So who knows how much pull he has there, but he's still a great football player. Pack D is a contrarian play, as bad as the Bengals have been, especially the Pack playing at home. Pay up for Ty Montgomery. He was $6,900 last week in the Kareem Hunt range. He's still $6,900, and he's an elite running back. Play him. Like I said last week, play him. Jordy's questionable this week. He practiced today, though, on Wednesday. So I don't know what to say about that. Cobb might be out this week. So I definitely like Devontae Adams. He balled out last week. I like him for the cheap $6,800 price tag this week. And obviously you're not playing Andy Dalton. Hopefully they stop playing him too. So Raiders Redskins is a high exposure game. We want these guys too. I said pair Carr with Crabtree or Cooper or both. I said Krabs is the number one. He's still the number one. He had all three of Carr's touchdowns last week. Just unbelievable baller status. Love those guys. They have a muddled backfield. Jalen Richard's the tournament play here because he's got a big high upside, but I don't like playing those running backs this week. The Redskins are bad right now. I don't know what happened there. I mean, well, actually, I do know what happened there. They have a new offensive coordinator, and they lost their top two wide receivers. And Jordan Reed, it would be easier to list his healthy pieces than his injured pieces at this point, which means Paulies sleeper of the week, Vernon Davis. Came in last year when Reed got hurt, and it had an immediate impact. Somebody's got to catch the ball there. He's $3,000. He's my sleeper of the week. Like I said, I like Krabs over Cooper. I think Krabs is finally more expensive than Cooper, but at $7,200, I'll still take it. Final game is Cowboys-Cardinals, Monday night game. You're going to want some of these guys in your lineup. You're going to want Jason Witten in there. He's the number one tight end in football. And Patrick Peterson and those cornerbacks are tough. Dez is going to get shut down. I like Beasley again this week. Zeke, if you want, playing at the Cardinals, I don't really like it. And he looked weird last week. He kind of gave up on some of those interceptions, didn't even try to tackle Chris Harris when he blew by him. So we like Witten and we like J.J. Nelson for the Cardinals. Again, somebody's got to catch the ball there. And CJ2K, he's another big sleeper for me this week. He emerged last week and watched him in that Colts game. He's going to be the guy to own there at home. The Cowboys defense allowed a lot of rushing yards last week to C.J. Anderson and Jamal Charles. So put CJ2K in your lineups too. Carson Palmer and Larry Fitzgerald, RIP. They should have retired last year. I hate to say that. I love those players, but they're just about done. Drew Stanton warming up on the sidelines last week. Didn't come in, but might have been trying to scare Palmer, but right now I don't like any of those guys except for J.J. Nelson. Somebody's got to catch the ball. So that's it. Guys, good luck this week. Throw $10 into DraftKings, play the dollar tournaments, play the casual tournaments while they'll let you. They won't let me play casual anymore. I'm not going to say I've won too much money, but I haven't hit huge, but I've won enough money to where I won't be allowed to play casual anymore. And look for me on RotoDen again this week on YouTube. And like I said, as a bonus Saturday night for my YouTube viewers only, I'm going to give my $20 $4.5 million DraftKings lineup. I'm going to play the $20 game this week, and I'm going to give that to all of you. So this is for my YouTube video guys only. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll get notifications when these videos come out. Give me a like. Throw me some comments too. Let me know how you think I did last week, like I always say. And good luck to you guys. Let's go out there and have some fun and win some money, hopefully.